Hey guys, Rocker Girl here, back with another interview. And today's guest is again the one and only Mary Marlowe. Mary, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody? Say hi.
On the air with Mary Marlowe.
Just a simple, hey, it's Mary.
My big microphone.
Okay, thank you for pointing out your big microphone. Now, Mary, am I sensing a little bit of an attitude? Are we being tooty? Okay. Let's not be pissy, okay? So, Mary, there was a recent article in the Denver Post about Detective Bombshell and that he's suffering severely from PTSD from this case. What are your thoughts and feelings about that?
By the article that came out the day before the anniversary with Dave Bombshell and Tammy Lee expressing mainly about Dave Bombshell, it was really sad. You know, I could sit here and say that it was written solely for the purpose of tickling the wires. But I'm not going.
Well, that's a good call, Mary. You know, I don't often find myself saying that to you, but I think it's best that you don't dive into, the rabbit hole with some conspiracies. Detective Bombshell, Tammy, they all are dealing with PTSD, especially Bombshell, and Tammy had an emotional breakdown. This has just been incredibly horrific for everybody, especially the Rusaks, but all the detectives and people that worked to recover Shanann and her babies. It's incredibly tragic and traumatizing. So thank you for deciding to be respectful about it.
But just what if in Wisconsin they went back?
Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. Mary, don't go down this rabbit hole. No, stop.
And analyzed Chris's conversation, knowing that they had some information with them, or they were able to send back to the command center of what Chris was saying.
Oh, come on, Mary, for crying out loud. Stop while you're ahead, please.
After the one day of interviewing, and they all discussed and strategized along with the team of people that came with them, and analyzed Chris's conversation, knowing that they had some information with them, or they were able to send back to the command center of what Chris was saying.
Can you not listen to reason? Stop, please. Stop. Just stop. Shut it. Shut your mouth.
And it wasn't matching up with the stuff that they were finding out at home in Colorado. And let's just think for 1 minute that Chris might have had to, his hand was forced and he had to tell.
Stop, please. Stop. Just stop. Shut it. Shut your mouth.
That some of the information that they did have was given to them by somebody that would have known. And he was backed into a corner the next day, and
What? So, Mary.
by now they have done analysis on whether he's high spectrum. And they have probably threatened him too, that he'd go back to Colorado into a much more violent prison.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you, Mary? You're testing my patience, woman. Okay, you're testing my patience. Okay, rocker girl is cool, calm, and collected, but I'm about to reach through this phone and I'm about to slap you, okay? Let's just say that, okay? You're on thin ice.
Chris, I'm just not convinced he was the one that killed his entire family. Certainly not by himself.
You know, Mary, I know I do a lot of the questions here because this is my show, you know, Rocker Girl. But let me tell you what the truth is, okay? Are you ready for this bombshell? Chris murdered his wife, Shanann, and their unborn baby, Nico, and their beautiful daughters, Bella and Cece. And he coldly, methodically planned this out. And the day that he went to work, plausible deniability, that's what that means. I know you like to throw that word around, but he loaded them up casually in the back of his truck, cool as a cucumber, and drove them out to his work site, where he proceeded to dump them and then meet fellow workers there. Plausible deniability. And Chris did it alone. All alone.
Hey, that's fantasy.
What do you mean fantasy? Sweetie, Rocker Girl is all about the truth, okay? Now, I don't know where you're coming up with your, reality or whatever, but no. The man that is responsible for this annihilation of this beautiful family is rotting in prison for the rest of his life. He did it, okay? No puppet master was pulling the strings on him, okay? He was his own puppet master, okay? He's a liar, and he's a psychopath probably, okay? But he's evil nonetheless. Yeah, it's true.
It's insane, that's what it is. It's insane. Real reality is it was planned by the puppet master. People they thought they could trust were brought into the situation. Everybody was assigned a job. She was just going to be the overseer to make sure that it all happened. I don't think unless he's caught red-handed, I don't think that he's totally capable of telling the truth 100%, but I bet.
So, in other words, Chris Watts is a pathological liar? Interesting.
He's as black and white as it gets. I bet he hardly even had, if he even had, a parking ticket or a speeding ticket. And to think that he would be capable of killing.
You know, Mary, you say that Chris didn't, you think that he never got like a ticket, parking ticket or speeding ticket, and that means he wasn't capable of annihilating his family. But did you know that Ted Bundy, the very well-known violent serial killer, didn't have tickets, didn't have a record? Did you know a lot of times that's the case? Scott Peterson didn't have a record. Scott Peterson and Chris, what they had in common.
And to think that he would be capable of killing his daughters in such a violent way and putting them through small 8-inch hatches and killing a pregnant woman with his firstborn son and burying her in a shallow grave makes absolutely no sense.
Well, newsflash, Mary. You just described exactly how Chris Watts annihilated his family. And yes, it is insane. It is. It's inconceivable. But he did it. But what's really insane are your conspiracy theories. Somehow making him a martyr, incapable of doing this, but had some puppet master that forced him? That's insane.
And Chris took the fall for everyone, because then that would mean more families would be affected. More people would be collateral damage. Children would grow up without their fathers. His didn't live anymore, so they couldn't have grown up without him. But for the children that still remained behind, or the friends or family members, he didn't want anyone else to have to suffer because of this monstrous decision.
You know, every time I think, well, that crazy conspiracy from Mary just, okay, that tops it. You know, there can't be another level, but man, God damn it, you just surprise the hell out of us, right? Every single time. I mean, I'm like, really? I'm like, what? I mean, it just won't stop. It's like a song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. You're crazy. Pop quiz, Mary. Just for fun, since this has been more of a darker and heavier rocker girl, but you know what? We rock on with the truth. But let's just do this, okay? Just for fun, just for the heck of it, right? So fill in the blank. Pop quiz. Use multiple, whatever words come to mind, okay? And fill in the blank. Mary Marlowe is, fill in the blank.
Selfish, sociopathic, psychopathic, cold, manipulative, and evil. And I will not give up until there is justice.
Wow, okay. Well, those are out of your, that's at the horse's mouth. That's how you feel about yourself. Okay. So as we conclude another awesome rocker girl interview, Mary, do you have any last thoughts, or I dare to ask, any parting words before we end this interview?
It's not over. It's far from it. And we know you're involved. You gotta help your souls.
This one's been a doozy. Okay, guys, this is Rocker Girl. Thank you for tuning in. Join us next time. Always rock on with the truth, okay?